Solve an equation that uses the odd root property. So we talked about in the very first ones on this page having the square root property, where if I was squaring something, I have to do the opposite of squaring, which is taking the square root. Here we're going to do cubed roots. U cubed equals 4. Now when we do the cubed root of both sides, if I do the cubed root here and the cubed root here, the cubed root cancels out a cubing because they're inverse operations, so I get u equals the cubed root of 4. Now with cubes, the plus and minus thing doesn't hold true, because if I cube something, 4 times 4 times 4 is a positive number, but negative 4 times negative 4 times negative 4 is a negative number. So we're only going to get one solution. Again, I would want to simplify this if I could, but when we simplified cubed roots, we said 2 cubed is 8, 3 cubed is 27, 4 cubed was 64. Obviously all those numbers are too big. I can't simplify this one. So my answer is just going to be the cubed root of 4. Now if I'm going to do the next one, b cubed equals negative 12. Again, I'm using that property that I have to do the opposite of cubing, which is taking the cubed root of both sides. So v is going to equal the cubed root of a negative 12. If there's a negative out in front, what they're going to do is say that I have the cubed root of negative 1 times 12. Again, the 12 I can't factor into anything that's a perfect cube, but the cubed root of negative 1 is negative 1, because negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1. So if there's a negative underneath, what's going to happen is they're going to take that negative out in front and make it negative cubed root of 12. So cubed root of negative 1 is negative 1. I don't really need the 1 there. And so instead of this form, this is going to be the better form for my answer. V equals negative cubed root of 12. So just keep in mind, if there's a negative in there, to move the negative, put it out in front instead of underneath your radical. And the last one, I'm going to change that problem just a little bit because I want it to be one that you can simplify. So if it's not already changed, let's make that a 24 instead of a 21. So number 15, u cubed equals negative 24 because I changed it. I'm the teacher, I get to do that. So if I'm going to simplify this, I'm going to do the cubed root of both sides. And so u is going to equal the cubed root of negative 24. Negative 24. Again, since this one has the negative on the inside, we're going to rewrite it as u equals negative the cubed root of 24. Now this is one you can simplify. Remember I had that list before, 2 cubed is equal to 8. So I can factor 24 into 8 times 3. So I have negative the cubed root of 8 times 3. The cubed root of 8 is 2, because 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. So that 2 is going to go out in front. I'm going to get negative 2 times the cubed root of 3 then for my answer. So I wanted to have one of those that you could simplify. Most of the time if it's a cubed root, 8 is the most common one that's a perfect cube. But keep in mind 27 is also a perfect cube, 64 is also a perfect cube. So if it has any of those factors, I want to simplify as much as possible. And so I need to simplify it by taking out the cubed root of 8. And that is the end of your pie chart.